All right, guys, so now let's use default values and splats. Okay, so to do this, we can come here and define a method. We can say define, let's say user info, and then within here we can come and do something like this. We could say a default. We could say let's say name is gonna be a regular argument, right? And then for the default, we could say age equals to 18. So automatically I can come here and say puts, and then now I can come here and put in something like this, hi, then say name, you are, and then age, years old. Okay, put in the end, and now we can call this and say user info, and then pass in the name, which would be Joe, and then because there's already a default, I don't have to actually go in there and put in 2 arguments. So I can run this and say Crystal Playground, say hi Joe, you are 18 years old. So the age is 18 as a default. Now if I come here and I say okay, cool, I want to actually pass in a number, I could say 30. I can now use that argument and say hi Joe, you are 30 years old. Okay, so that was a default argument. Now let's talk about splats. Let's go back here, and we're gonna define a method, and we're gonna say users, and then now what we're gonna do is we're gonna say like this and pass in an asterisk and say names. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna say put names, and then we're going to end this. Now down here we can come here and say users, and then pass in a whole bunch of names. I could come here, say Joe, say Jane, say Cindy, okay, say Billy. Okay, now when we run this, we say clear Crystal Playground, and what's going to happen is it's going to print out a tuple. Now I can also add a couple of named arguments. So for example, I can come here and say something like this. We got names, and then here I'm going to put in age, city. So I could do something like that. So we got names, age, and city. Now names is going to take everything that's in here, and then when we come here and say age equals to 30 and city equals to NYC, now I can actually say something like this and use it by saying put, and we could say age, put, city. Okay, now if we come here and we run this and we say crystal playground.cr, you will see we have the tuple with all of the names. Okay, and then if we come here and we see 30 NYC, because we actually named the arguments over here. Now let's say if we wanted to add more arguments, like random arguments that we're not assigning to anything, and we put it here, when we run this Crystal Playground, you'll see we have an error. It says expected named argument. So what you should do is you should actually add this over here by where you have your regular arguments that are not named. So save this, run this, and as you can see, all of those arguments, they get added into that tuple. Now let's say you want this to be returned back to you as a named tuple. Well, it's very simple. All you have to do is say a, okay, Go like this, say B, say C, okay, say D, okay, for this one you say E, say F, okay, say G, say H, and now we're gonna come back to where it says asterisk names, and we're gonna use a double splat. Okay, so now all of these new arguments that were added are going to be added to the names variable, and if you run this, you will see that you will get an error. Okay, and it will tell you something like this, like, yo, only block arguments is allowed after the double splat. So to fix this, what you have to do is put in your double splats at the end. Okay, put your comma here. Okay, save this, and here we go. Everything is running exactly how it's supposed to. All right, guys, so we're pretty much using the splats just to give us the freedom that if we add other arguments, we know, hey man, this new arguments that we didn't declare in the argument section of the method at first, we can now still use them because they are inside of a tuple. Okay, so I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Bye.